Hi guys, Carl's Garden Veg here. So as the title tells you, it's going to be a plot tour today. So I'm going to show you what's growing, and there's lots going on, and yeah, just give you a bit of a tour, see what's happening. Let's crack on. So we start off coming through the main gate, guys. We've got my first pallet collar bed has got onions in. So these are all white stew-on onions. These are ones I've grown from seed. I've got 10 in there, and then the rest are sets, and I'm just comparing them at the moment to see how they go. This little wooden container I've made, as you know, I make these planters for people, and they're ideal for veg as well. So I put all my shallots in there, and they're all sprouting through. They're coming on really well. These are my red onions. There's 60 in there, and I'm hoping to have a good crop off these. What I normally find with red onion sets is they have a tendency to bolt unless they're heat treated, and even then you still get some that bolt. So there's I don't know how to get around that. I've tried them from seed and it doesn't work either. So but anyway, another onion. So all these are my onion sort of allium section on this bed. The whole section here is going to be alliums. I've got to pin that back actually. Just put a bit of staple gun or something on there. I'll do that now in a minute. Now in a minute, that's typical Welsh, isn't it? Anyway, so these are more onions, so they're all looking good. These are garlic, you've seen these before. Daffodils now, they're going a little bit limper, yeah, to be honest. They're still looking beautiful, but didn't have a good display in these this year. I don't know why. Well, I had got an idea why. I think I cut the stems down a bit too early. Last year, I think I should have just left them die off so all the goodness can go back into the bulb. I made a mistake there, I think, to be honest, and that's why I haven't had a very good show with these in this section anyway. The other daffodils are great, but that one, not very good. Let's come around to my compost bins. So this is pretty much 3/4 of the way full now with compost. There's a bit of soil I've chucked in the top here, but this is filled with lots of organic matter. There's tree leaves, there's all manner of different things in there, and coffee grounds and all sorts. So that's decomposing at the moment. So we'll go into the first polytunnel. This is another bed that I've not long completed. There was a bed here with one pallet collar, but I put another one on top, and I'm not sure what I'm going to put in there. Probably a couple of brassicas of some sort, you know, maybe some sprouts or something. I don't know yet. So we'll go into the polytunnel. Start on the left here. So as you can see, I got my courgettes in. They're doing really well. They've been in about 5 or 6 days now. We've had some colder nights and colder mornings, but they've seemed to be okay. So they're doing really well. You'll see some compost and bits and pieces here. But there's my spuds. So I've got 6 containers of shop bought spuds that were shut in, and I put them in. These are all my first earlies. So I got 5 buckets of first earlies. Obviously, all these spuds will be going out, so the beds then will be ready to be planted in here. Lettuce and spring onions are there. Over here, I've got beetroot growing, radish growing. Radish won't be long, to be honest. I'd say another 3 or 4 days, and I'll be picking them. In here, I got 9 tomatoes. To show you, so they're all been protected. They've been in a week now. They have. Now, but some might be thinking that's early, but I've just put them in, give them a go. Beetroot on the side here. More lettuce on the end here. These are all marigolds that I had off Tony O'Neill, and they're going to be planted here, there, and everywhere in the bed here when the tomatoes come up. I got my parsnips, as you can see, all germinated. I got some more parsnip seed gone in this section here. So there's about 60 altogether, and I just put a couple of these mustard in here. So I'll go to the other polytunnel and then I'll walk around the park then. Actually, it's easier to do it that way, I think. So let's go inside. So there's my carrots. All my carrots are germinated there. You can see them all. I got multiple in some. More seeds are falling in others. I got a few rows of carrots here, all coming up. My carrots in my trays are coming up. I've got a couple of French climbing beans that I normally put about 6 in that go up here. So I got another couple to grow. These were last year's seed and some of them didn't germinate, so I've just put them in, and they'll do all right. They will, because the long range forecast up until now is pretty good. We've had a couple of cold spells and they haven't been harmed. I'm taking a chance. It is what it is, so they got to go in. Obviously you got more. These were planted yesterday. This is lettuce. I got some more mustard in there, more lettuce, and I got some pak choy, and then there's peas for shoots, peas to climb. Up here I've got some trays of different things going on, and I forgot to label these, but I haven't. These are Swift sweet corn. That's it. That's what they are. More onions there to go out. These are my giant cabbage that I've potted on now. They don't look so very giant at the moment, but they will grow giant. I've got other brassicas here. I've got some sprouts, and what are these? These are cauliflowers. So these sprouts and cauliflowers. I've got some more lettuce that I can plant up now. A couple more sprouts by there. These are all sunflowers. They're all looking good. So I got more, I think they are called dahlias. So they're dahlias. Multi-sown beetroot. I've got other dahlias there and more dahlias there, and a couple of more brassicas. These are also giant cabbage that they've put in here. I've got lots of trays started under here. Some beans, French beans, runner beans and things. So they're all go in now at the moment. I got some broad beans just popping through there. Oh, I got sun gold tomatoes there. I got melons. I got more potatoes. They got to go in as well. These are more sunflowers, onions, melons. They're giant. Them 6 are there, giant onions. So they're going to go into another separate place. I got buckets for them. So there's lots going on in the tunnel, guys, at the moment. You know, it's all going on, but it's only beginning of April, believe it or not, and it's boiling here. The temperature in here at the moment is, what's that? To say, it's gone up to 31 degrees. What's that? 31 and 31 is 60, and 30 is 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Right, we're starting the beds now outside. Multi-sown turnips. These are all my beautiful spinach. I got a couple of bad germinated peas in that trough. I'm taking the ones that's there and I'm going to sow another lot in there. These are spuds gone in here, and so are they, potatoes. Daffodils there. I got 3 outdoor containers of second earlies there gone in it. Obviously this bed is empty at the moment. You've seen the wigwam over there. I'll come back over to that side now, I think. So these containers and boxes are going to just be filled with potatoes. So that's the plan with them. Obviously this is an empty bed. This is an empty bed ready to plant. There's a couple of extra broad beans I had from the other section, which I'll show you now in a second. Over here there's multi-sown leeks gone in, and there's nothing in that bed. So let's work our way across here. So these are all my elephant garlic that I had of Tony O'Neill, and they have all fired, every single one of them. I've never grown them before, so I'm looking forward to that. And do you remember my rhubarb? Hey! My 2 lots of rhubarb I put in that I thought that had died. And one of you said, I can't remember which one it was, but someone said, just put it in and give it a go. And I whacked it in, and look what's happened. So I don't think I'll pick anything off it this year because it's still new. I'll leave that grow, see how it goes. I'm going to put some manure around it, give it a feed, and then next year then I'll start picking some stuff off it, and I might even force some of it then with the black buckets, you know, and containers. So this bed is still going to be filled. I got to get some compost for this. I got compost outside. I'm just being lazy at the moment, and I've had problems with my wheelbarrow wheel. So let's do my head in. But I'll get back to that another time. Onions again in here. A bit of garlic there. There's my broad beans. So obviously my broad beans are there, and what the plan is to bring that one and that one together, and then I can just rope around them, and that's going to keep them all in place. Again, this is all garlic. There's a couple of shallots growing in there. I got sweet peas growing up here, so that's the plan for them, sweet peas, and I might put a gourd or something in that side there to grow up that way. Okay, let's go around the outside. All my trees are budding. So this is an apple, and they're all budding. I have quite a lot of fruit on that one this year. I'm hoping to have some fruit off the damson tree. This is a pear. I'm hoping to have some off the pear. I know I had loads off this last year, and I'm going to have loads off this again this year, which is the other apple tree. So I'm spallying them, or I don't know, you know what I mean, a spallier, putting them basically on strings, on ropes and wires and things, so they can be trimmed going down that way, and then they'll just grow as they can, going down, training them going down the metal and stuff. We'll come to that bed in a second. I'll just take it around the other plot first. Plot 1. So there's my garlic, and I've multi-sown some mustard in between, halfway. So they're all there. Ignore that mess. That's got to be shifted. I haven't had a chance yet. I've got my couple of rows of spuds in. These are main crop potatoes that I've just put in. Yeah, they are main crop, that's right. I've obviously got this area to plant, and there's my bed for strawberries. My strawberries are on their way. So I got some heritage variety strawberries I've ordered, and I'm just going to use the plants, bite the bullet, and then hopefully save my own from the runners for next year. My flowers are looking okay. These are dying off now. The tulips, a bit disappointed to be honest in my tulips, because they've just died off, you know. I think it's because we've had a couple of a cold spell, and it's not always the best thing, like, you know, but there we go, there you go. So, but some of these are still looking nice, and some of them are still popping through. And I got some of these narcissi, and got a couple of spare peas I put in by there, and it's just something to look pretty and attract the bees this time of year. As you can see, let's talk about bees. There's one there, look, just having a little squint. Just disturbed him now. Right, so that's plot 1 done. Nothing else to show you there. Right, let's go over to plot 2. So this bed here is like a bit of a brassica or pak choi. So I got some red cabbage, just standard red cabbage gone in there. These have been in about 7 days, so they're pretty good now, and they're standing up themselves, and they go down quite deep. Pak choi have taken, so they're looking good as well. They're pretty hardy. These are pretty hardy, these are, so these will handle a bit of cold. Even some of your brassicas will handle the cold. Leeks. Garlic. This is my garlic, and that's going to be picked in a couple of weeks time when it's ready. And I built this brassica cage. This is a new small brassica cage I've grown, or I've made, and I've put some collies and cabbages inside here, and they went in yesterday. So they will pick up. They're not looking too bad. So yeah, this bed then with more pak choi, because we eat a lot of that, you know. We put it in stir fries and stuff. There's potatoes gone in this section here. This is where my peas, lots of peas are going. I already put seed in, and then I'm going to put some in the trough and put more in this side here, so I'll have them both growing both sides, because the sun is there and it gets sun both sides, and then I can have a successional sowing of peas. Coming into the brassica polytunnel now. Calling it brassica. I got onions in this one. I got loads of onions this year, so yeah, since I got married, we've eaten a lot of onions. So she puts onions in a lot of things, so it's good, you know. So we need them. So I got an onion bed in here. I've also got some purple sprouting broccoli gone in here, and then these are swede, and then I've got lots and lots of feed going to be going in here. I've put some stuff in here already, but these are going to be for my giant cabbage over here and over here. So I'm going to have some giant cabbage here, and then again, these 2 beds still need to be filled. So it's just finding the time to do it all, to be honest. It's manic. But yeah, so things are looking good. and everything's looking neat and tidy on the plot. I'm quite happy with what's going on at the moment. So that's just a little basic cage, do the job, see? There we are, there's what was it, nearly 15 minutes of waffle. So anyway, I'm going to bid you farewell. I'm just going to turn you around now. 2 seconds. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you tuning in, and I also appreciate your subscriptions. Believe it or not, they do go a long way as to growing the channel, and I hope you enjoyed the tour. Like I said, there's a lot going on. It's very, very early in the season yet, and I've taken a chance with a lot of things, to be honest. So if you're up north with the allotments up in north, or you've got a garden up north, then it's not a good time to do those things, because it's still we can still have snow. We can have snow down here, down south, down Wales, but I'm looking at the long range forecast, and it doesn't seem to be really drastic drops in the next 2 to 3 weeks. So I've just had to put them in because they were ready to go in. So we've had such a nice sunny period in March that the plants, even though I put them in and normally they'd be slow growth, they've just exploded, to be honest. And yeah, they've just grown a lot quicker than I could have imagined, and that I could have prepared for, really. So they've just gone in, and it is what it is. And if they don't survive, they don't survive, and I'll just sow more. That's how it is. But I'm sure that I will be able to get away with some of these plants that I've put in at the moment. So they've already been in a week, some of these, and we've had some cold spells, and they've been okay. So yeah, I haven't put anything delicate, as in outside, like tomatoes outside now, because that's just crazy. It's just not a thing. But in the tunnel, obviously I've got the cloches over the top of them as well, and I've got the paraffin heater in there, so I can put the paraffin heater on if we have a temperature that drops below 6 or 7 degrees. I'll just put the heater in there just to keep them ticking over, because they do need warm soil. It's boiling in there. It's like I said, it's like nearly 100 degrees in the polytunnels, but it does drop quickly in the night as well. It does go cold, so you just got to be careful. Anyway, that's enough of me waffling, and thanks for watching. Please hit that subscribe if it's the first time you've been here. I'm Carl. Yeah, this is Carl's Garden Veg, signing out. Bye, guys.